Such a cruel world. It's such an ugly world. We're sitting here on two microphones, trying to come up with political analysis and scenarios to convince people to do what, Jalal? To move. To convince them to move. We have to convince them to move, Jalal. His mother's telling the story that he had gone out. He was starving, I think, for 7 days. So he'd gone out with his cousins and he found what looked like a tuna can. He opened the tuna can and kaboom, it blew up his legs, it blew up his hand and the other and killed some of the kids around him. And my immediate reaction was, this is too real for me. I was in Folsom, Sacramento. I've never seen this before. I walked in a masjid. There's a kid, 12, 13 years old. No left arm, no left leg. He walks across the masjid banking on one arm and one leg like that. Another kid comes, he's missing an arm over here. Towards the latter part, I was being introduced to more and more kids, and the people roll them out and say, yeah, like, you know, they want to sit with you, they want to talk to you, they saw some of your videos. And Astaghfirullah, part of me was like, this is too real for me. The reason why I say this, no one should ever forget who's at the center of this story. The ones who are at the center of this story are the ones who are still being bombed today. They're still being slaughtered today. They're still being starved today because some random group of people from the West believe this to be some sort of home of theirs. They're being massacred. They're being bombed into oblivion. They're being ethnically cleansed. Their homes are being demolished. They are the center of this story. The reason that Harris was punished was not because of some political play, it's because she did genocide. Biden did genocide. Biden slaughtered 240,000 Palestinians. Biden asserted the whole international order to make sure those kids could be killed. Jalal, when you see it, it's different. When you see it with your own eyes, it's different. That kid knows what the feeling of running. He was running 6 months ago. That kid knows the feeling of having two hands. He can't feel it no more. That kid is there sitting in Houston, Texas, wondering, what on earth am I doing here? I was in Ghassan with my family. Why on earth did I get bombed in the first place? They are the center of the story. There's a horrible injustice taking place. All we can do is go and talk to people and tell them, please. When they said to me, I was desperate to go home, they said to me, Sammy, what's wrong with you? I said, 12 months, I have to beg my community to punish genocide. I have to beg them. And I have to beg them, get them. I said, almost said to myself, Mehdi, I said, I dare you look. And that kid with no legs and tell him there is hikmah in rewarding his killer. Look, go, I dare you. Anybody who voted Harris, I dare you look at that kid who had his legs blown off for no reason. Harris could not even meet with Palestinian families. She would not even go for it. Look that kid in the eye when you see it, Jalal, it's different. It's easy when we're here. There's no one here from Palestine here. I came home, I said, what kind of life is this? We're sitting here on two microphones, trying to come up with political analysis and scenarios to convince people to do what, Jalal? To move. To convince them to move. We have to convince them to move, Jalal. That's what the state is. We have to convince them to move, because if we do not, they will not. That's the state. And I don't know how to stop this genocide. I'm trying to poke and prod. Let's try and punish the Democrats. Let's try and punish Harris. Let's see what we do with this battle with Trump. Let's see what happens in Canada. Let's see what happens in Australia. Just raise your voice. Sammy, but what does it look like? What does the world look like? I don't know. Wallahi, I don't know. But you have to move and do something. Don't sit and do nothing. That kid didn't deserve it. He didn't deserve to have his legs blown up. Can you imagine if your kid, 12 years old, looking for food, starving, and opens and kaboom, for why? And then you look in the US and you look in the world and they're hesitant to do something for you. Why? It's such a cruel world. It's such an ugly world. But it's not ugly because of the evil. It is ugly because the people who should be moving are still debating whether they should move. It's, yeah, you better move and do something. For wallahi, for every second you are quiet, for every time you don't move, evil thrives. This is a battle of good versus evil. This is about the heart of mankind. This is the battle you are fighting. And the Prophet ﷺ was sent as a mercy to mankind, and we will be that mercy. We will be that mercy to America. I believe in their hearts. I believe their hearts can be shifted. I believe the hearts in the UK can be shifted. I believe the hearts in Canada can be shifted. I believe in Australia can be shifted. I believe why? Because Allah is the one who flips the hearts. Allah is the one who is all powerful. Allah is the one who is in control. Allah is the one who decides the fate. And Allah will decide our fate too. Allah gave us the opportunity to do good. Let's take it. Otherwise, He might take it away from us and give it to somebody else and condemn us to humiliation.